Hi you guys, today we are going to continue our conversation on intimacy and how you guys can draw closer together and just some little things that we have also tried ourselves. I had actually made this for my husband, we've been married almost 5 years now, so it's been, I believe, the first year I actually made this because I wanted him to have a reminder as to how I love him. So go ahead and take one out and read it.
I love when you listen to me. This is a reminder for me to understand how important it is for my wife to feel that she's heard. And so when she's speaking, this reminds me that I need to make sure I'm paying attention what she's saying, and that's going to make her realize how much I love her.
Right, because a lot of times for me especially, I am one of those deep thinkers and I need a lot of time before I even respond. And my husband, he likes to talk really fast and he likes to just say word after word and then he jumps from one subject to the next.
Not that I'm not a deep thinker. I'm able to come up with my thoughts faster than she does, yes. And then I want to, boom, go ahead and put those out there while she's still like, meditating. I've already moved on, and so
right. So when he asks me about my day and asks me how is your day, it takes me longer to respond. And so when it's not faster, like when he thinks it should be answered, he just starts talking as if I wasn't gonna say anything.
Right.
Right. So it's like learning how to know your spouse and those things, because I think that can even hinder someone from continuing to talk, because it's like, okay, well, if you're just going to talk, then obviously you don't care. So it's just learning.
Yeah, and it's easy to think that your spouse thinks the same way you think, which is not true. Mm-hmm. More than likely, you're probably like us in almost complete opposites. And so we need to celebrate those differences that we have. And I think this is a cool way that we can draw closer to know more about our spouse.
Yeah.
I love kissing you. Oh.
Yeah. I think that's really good to not just peck each other, but really give each other those intimate kisses like when you first met too.
Yeah. This reminds me to always keep gum mouthwash around. So basically, if my wife loved kissing me, then I need to have some good breath, right? Who wants to kiss someone with bad breath? So this reminds me that number one, this is something that's important to her, is kissing. And so I need to be kissing her on a daily basis, several times. But I need to make sure I have good breath, right? No one likes to kiss someone with bad breath.
Amen.
All right. I love when you take me everywhere you go. Really?
I used to.
Remember, she wrote this in our first year. Now she's like, I'm glad you're gone. Where you going? Cool, have fun, take care.
Yes. I actually savor the moments that I am by myself now because it's very few.
All right, we'll just go to the next one. That's kind of funny. I love when you help me with my dreams. Tell me more.
Well, it was a dream in order to become a marriage and family therapist. I didn't have the money in order to do that, and you actually really helped me financially that I wasn't expecting. So not only did you help me with that, but I mean Mary Kay, now this magazine. So there's many dreams that I always do, even my videos.
Well, honey, it's my pleasure. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm your leader, your sanctifier, your husband, and whatever it is that you need is something that I need. So it's a pleasure to make your dreams come true.
And it's a way of serving in that area too.
I don't think I've been through most of these, so it's kind of fun for me too. I love how you put God first. Boom.
Yes. Most important one.
Yeah, I think it's super important, especially for the man of God, to create an environment in your home where Jesus is the centerpiece of it. And that's something that I strive to do with my wife. And you know, it's interesting because it's like some days you may not have a great day, but you still need to show Jesus in your home. And And so what I try to do, even on those days when I'm not feeling super duper excited to do all I'm supposed to do, is I still find a way to do it because it's my duty and responsibility, and it's my commitment that I made to her when we got married. So putting God first is always the first and final thing on my mind to do every single day.
Because if you don't have that relationship right, it's going to be less likely that you're going to have this relationship right.
I love when you give it to God. Tell me more.
Right? There were many times that we were angry at each other and frustrated, and a lot of times we just had to agree to disagree and give it to God.
Yeah, when I think about when you say that, I know early in our marriage, there were so many things about my wife that I wanted to change. And so I went to try to change those things, which I failed horribly. And God showed me that you need to focus on you, and you need to allow me to change you. I'll take care of your wife. And I remember there was a point in our first year where I stopped asking her to do certain things and stopped trying to mold her and change her and start focusing on being a servant. And God has definitely blessed our marriage since that time.
Yeah.
I love when you help me with the dishes.
Yes, he likes to do dishes. No. And he likes to wash by hand, so it makes it a lot worse.
Well,
so to do it his way.
I won't use the word like. Well, basically growing up, we didn't have a dishwasher. I asked my mom, we should get a dishwasher. She put her hands on my shoulder. She goes, I already got one. And so
I am not your dishwasher.
That was one of my duties growing up, is washing dishes and making sure that the kitchen was always clean. So it just kind of comes natural being married to do the dishes. I'm thankful you are my husband.
Yeah.
Any comment?
Even when God shows you who your husband is, and when things are not perfect, or things aren't necessarily right, or working out, or you don't know how it's going to work out, I think discouragement can set in, and you start to question, okay, God, I mean, our story is so vital that God brought us together, so it's like, okay, obviously you want me to work through this. So no matter what, I know that God chose me his very best for me in order to go through this journey of life.
Amen. All right, we'll do a couple more. I love when you talk about me to others.
He says he does this, but I'm never there.
So you think
Because it's normally at work.
You think I'm lying?
No, not at all.
Okay. You know what's funny is that it's so great and even biblical to esteem your wife in front of others. And it's almost second nature to me. Well, God has blessed me with such a dynamic wife who is such a motivator in my life. I mean, she is not only talented, but she is so motivated. She's always doing some awesome things, and she just really inspires me. And so it's just by nature that when I'm around other people who know her, or even if they don't know her, to tell them how awesome she is. And so I'm always bragging about my wife.
No, thank you.
I love your kindness. You do?
Yeah, my husband's very kind. And a lot of you know him, so you know it to be true. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. This is kind of fun. Thank you for your good attitude.
It's all about the mindset and your attitude, right? We can have a good marriage, but with a poor attitude, I don't think that could even be possible, actually. Huh.
No.
Nope. So you really have to have a good attitude, especially in your marriage.
Absolutely. Because things aren't always going to be rosy. It's not always going to be what we see in the movies. You know, this is real life. You know, you have a partner for the rest of your life, no matter what. This is the commitment that you've made to this person, and you also made to God. And so you have to always look at your marriage that God has a purpose and a plan for our marriage. And it's a plan to forward his kingdom, that it's not about me individually, but it's about us as one collectively. So you have to work the marriage. and you have to work it no matter life's no matter different things that life throws you. Life's gonna always throw you problems, whether it's illness, loss of job, whatever it is. Life's gonna throw those things to you, and it's important to just continue to be grateful. The Bible says to be thankful in all circumstances. That's actually God's will for our life. And so I think when we play that out, it's just open the door for God to continue to bless our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
One more. This is fun. One more. I love when you pay attention to what I like.
Yep, it's all about me.
But this is really cool because, you know, I think we know that our spouse loves us, but it's kind of cool to see these little trinkets of why my wife loves me. And what it does is when I read these things, like when she goes, I love your kindness, it makes me want to be more kind. When she says, I thank you for a good attitude, it makes me want to have an even better attitude. So all the things that I've read here, it sort of like made me feel proud of the good things that I'm doing, but it makes me want to do better. And so this is an awesome thing, honey. Thank you so much for making this. And I think we'll keep making videos and go through the rest of them. I think I'm gonna leave these out, so next time we'll go through the rest of them. So maybe this is something that you can do, is find a way that you can be creative, to show how much you love your spouse and to try to build this intimacy, because her doing this is definitely getting me in the mood to take this a little bit deeper.
All right now. So we hope this video has encouraged you, and we will see you guys soon.
Bye.